Hello and welcome back to City Skylines. My name's Sparky, and the last time we got to level 5 farm, but as you can see I'm tearing it all down because it's obviously wasn't very pretty. It was obviously we're just trying to unlock the assets. So yeah, we're going to revisit the farm, redo it from the ground up. Yeah. I also want to look at the overall grid, and we're starting area, try and get that as finished as possible so we can start on something new. But we'll start on the farm for now. I think I'm going to go for the large fields. Yeah, I've not put a lot of thought into this yet, so I'm probably just going to. I might have to leave it a while and then come back to it later on in the episode. But I'll just plonk some stuff down now just so I've got a rough idea of what I'm looking to do. I do that a lot, to be honest. I like to plonk stuff down and then decide rather than decide and then plonk it down. As I say, I want to have a good mix of fruit. I don't think I'm going to go for any sort of fields in terms of wheat or cotton or anything. I think I'm just going to go for purely the fruit, and we might have some greenhouses or something as well. But yeah, we'll plonk down some fields to begin with and see how it looks, and then we can come back to it later in the episode maybe and have a proper go at it. So for this climate, I don't know if oranges really fit, but for now we'll stick some in. I think apples and pears should be okay, but I'm not too sure about the oranges. We're just deleting these roads here because obviously the grid's sort of a bit wonky at the moment. Just redo this. Yeah, the grids is it's not going to fit easily, so I might just have a sort of grassy bit. Just some spare land, or maybe we might put a radial mast or something in this sort of triangle quadrant thing later on. Just have a road passing through it, connecting the fields to the industrial area. But I say I like to plonk stuff down, see how it looks, and then later on I can come back and maybe do something else to it. So in here we've got a tiny wee bit of good land, so I think I'm going to use, as I say, the warehouses. See how they look. I think they look quite good. I don't usually use the warehouses in my builds. I usually like to have the open fields, but I think in this kind of climate, it makes more sense to have warehouses. We might mix it up later on and see if the fruit warehouses are different. I don't know if they're a different asset or if they're the same asset. We'll have a look later on. But for now, anyway, it's functioning. It's a wee bit more pretty. As I say, I'm going to have a think about it and come back to it. But for now, I want to sort of finish my grid over here and tidy it up a wee bit over here. Well, I think we're badly in need of a new high school because I think we've only got one, and I think it's quite far away from this sort of area, so we might look to stick a high school in here at some point. But for now I just want to kind of continue the grid a wee bit, or amend what we've got. As I say, I want to try and keep as much as these rocks and hilly bits untouched and make them look as if they haven't been, there's nothing man-made about them, so I don't want to go too far in, encroach too far into the sort of the cliff here. We'll just start zoning these bits here. Yeah, as I say, I'm a bit of a perfectionist at times when it comes to the grid, so if that annoys you seeing me keep on redoing roads and knocking houses down and rezoning it, then I apologise in advance, but I do like to be. I'm a bit of a perfectionist that way. We're just going to zone all along this kind of main road here. I say main road, it's like a small residential main road, if that's the right phrase to use. We could also do a couple of shops over here, obviously a couple of local shops, because it's just all residential, so I'm just going to have a couple of wee local shops here or there. Obviously I don't want them to grow too big and have like 4 or 5 stories or whatever. I just kind of want like single maybe 2-story shops at most. So we might have to make some of them historic when they actually build. So for this sort of area here that we started, I kind of want to. I'm going to undo a lot of the work I did in the last episode. I should have done it right away, but I want to have sort of areas where the housing's just not all the same. So I'm going to zone this bit, and I'm going to change it to European suburbia rather than just the generic thing. So it's a sort of a distinct area from our main starting area. So this is obviously, by the time we change it and we obviously simulate, this is going to do a lot of, it's going to knock a lot of houses down and rebuild and stuff, but our population is going to take a wee bit of it. But I think I like to mix it up, the zone styles. I don't like to have big massive areas of the map and it's all the same style. So obviously it's just a small area right now, but there's a large area that we're going to expand that into. So as you see, I'm quite happy with these little shops. So we'll make them historical. Still not sure what to do with this sort of park area. I wanted to remove the trees anyway, just so we've got a nice grassy bit where people can go and kick a ball about or whatever. We might stick a dog park in or something eventually. I'm still sort of pondering what to do with these park spaces we've left for ourselves. But again, I just want to make wee jigs here and there to our grid and make it look a wee bit more nicer. That's going to be a larger sort of area, but we can put some trees in the middle or something. Maybe a rock or something. Maybe some reason anyway for them to zone round something. So we might put a rock in there or something. And just I want to continue zoning down this road a wee bit. I don't want to go all the way down to the bottom. Just obviously put our water pipes in. Yeah, so as I said, I wanted to get a high school in. So I think that's the tall one. The normal regular high school was a wee bit too tall for what I think is quite a suburban area. So I want to use the European high school. As you can see, this area here it's just about fits in. Well, it doesn't fit in, but I think if we delete the road, we could probably move the road slightly to the left so that it does fit in. But I think this will be a good place for a new high school. It's quite central. The road right next to it goes all around the area, so I think this will be a good spot for a high school. The European one, I've placed that down in the wrong place. Just bonk it down there. Yeah, I think that's a good wee place. As I say, it's not too tall, so it kind of fits in with the rest of the suburban area. Whereas the normal high school, that kind of suits down where it is in sort of a busy area, but this is more a suburban area, so I think it will suit it a wee bit better here. Hopefully this will join up now. Yep, there we go. So as I say, I think that's in a fairly good place. Just going to de-zone a wee bit here. I like to have, as I say, I like to have paths or a little bit more space to our high school. Nothing too crazy this time because it's quite an open high school anyway, so it doesn't feel as crammed in as the normal high school, which is just when you bonk that right next to the other buildings, it just feels like the school's got no space. So I'm just doing a wee bit of fixing to the landscape here and make it a wee bit more palatable. And then I'm going to stick some paths in around the high school here just to sort of people can walk all the way around it. Yeah, so I'm just going to rezone around this here when the road gets destroyed. Again, I think we need to have some more local shops in here. Don't know, I might rejig, I might revisit this later on, just have a wee think about it and see what I want to do. But it's there's not a lot of shops in the area, and it'd be nice to have, maybe in the corner of the high school there, we could have a couple of shops, right next to the high school for you know, the school kids can go to, and a couple of shops for the locals, so they don't have to trek all the way to the sort of main street. But for now, anyway, we'll finish our zoning, and we'll see where we are. As I say, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I'll come back to things and redo things. Nothing's truly finished in my eyes. I always seem to like to tinker and do things. It's not the height of realism or anything, but that's just the way I like to build. Okay, so we started simulating again. As you can see, everything's starting to level up, so obviously we're in desperate need of another high school in the area. So hopefully that's worthwhile. As I say, we're probably needing another row of shops, a local row of shops somewhere near there. But we'll maybe come back to that later on once everything's is on. But for now, let's go back to our farm. So we want to have another connection to the highway at some point along this area, because at the moment we've just got one big cul-de-sac. So I want to pull this sort of main road round, this sort of corner here. So I'm just going to. This is obviously a temporary road. I just want to have an idea. I want it, I want it square to the highway, and I want to bring this main road round. So I'm just going to pick a spot somewhere in the middle of this road here, so it's even in terms of land on either side, and just bring it out a wee bit. And then for the main road, I just want to sort of curve this round here. Hopefully that looks decent. It looks like a decent way to curve around. And I don't know if I like that. I'll make these roads a wee bit closer together before we curve around, I think. I say the less curvature the better in my eyes. I always like to, if these big swooping curves roads, I don't think they look great unless it's a local road. So for main roads I want to have just a wee bit of curvature, but not much. And I think that looks like a good way to sort of swing that road round the corner. And as I say, we're going to have to try and put another connection into that highway at some point along here, so that we've not just got one big cul-de-sac and the farm traffic can go another direction, and it's not all just going out that main road there, because obviously eventually the bigger and bigger this area grows, the more traffic in and out the city it's going to accumulate. So yeah, I just want to lay down a wee temporary road. But for now, let's get back to the farm. Okay, so I've had a ponder. What I'm going to do with this area, I think I'm going to move this over two blocks, or two cells. So yeah, I do this all the time. I do apologise if you're watching. I'm just going to sim this while we rebuild. Why not? Just so we've got some space for some fences and stuff. Yeah, as I say, I'm sort of planning as I build. I don't know if that's probably not the best way to build something. What the hell happened there? That was weird. I've never seen that glitch before. Oh, there's again. That's weird. I don't know. I've never seen that glitch before. Convert that road, and we're going to have this road come off. Hopefully this doesn't go at a weird angle. It does go at a weird angle. No, that looks good. That looks good. So let's change this other side. See, I just want to have a wee bit more space in between these fields here. That's a weird glitch. I've never seen that glitch before. First time for everything. I've been playing this game for about 4 or 5 years or something, and I've never seen this glitch. Yeah. I've also had a thought. I think I'm just going to go for pears and apples. Why is that? That's weird. These are some weird glitches happening right now. See, that's saying apples, but that's clearly the pears. This is weird. I might have to reset my game or something. Something's funky's going on. But yeah, I'm just going to have apples and pears. Some cockney stairs, if you will. And we might have, we might go for some more sort of like these type things, the greenhouses. So I say, for this kind of climate, I don't think oranges are really, suited. And I'm just going to put some fences along here. So just putting some fences all the way around. Cool. I also want to have a row of trees in, so I'm going to have to delete this electricity, the pylons here. Just move it over to the other side of the road for now. Again, these are temporary, just to connect with water. So I want to have a row of trees. Now comes the question of what trees do we go for. We don't want anything too big. Does this might qualify as too big? That definitely qualifies as too big. I mean, they might go, let's see what's the content creator ones. Is there anything in here? Ooh, they might do. What are these called? Chestnut. I think we'll have a look at the chestnut ones here and see. This is one of my 2 mods that I'm using. Oh yeah, I quite like that. I quite like the look of them. So we're going to go for them. Just a wee row of trees that are breaking up the monotony of the, how it looks. I'm just going to do along this road here as well. Just a wee row of trees. Delete that. I've never really used this tree before, but I think it kind of suits the style of the map, so I might use it more often. Yeah, I quite like that. So now I want to have some sort of road, either these 2 connections here to meet up with this other connection. I think this road through here might be the idea. Let's try that. So I think the fields, the crop fields greenhouse and the fruit fields greenhouse, I'm pretty sure are different assets. I'm just going to confirm that right now. Yeah. Wow, they look a million times better than the other one. I think for now I'm just going to have one of each. I'm going to Gonna delete this road. Gonna pull through our road here. And obviously we're gonna have to move our bakery for a minute here, you know, height of realism and all that. So where does this meet up? So is that just gonna be straight? Wow. It's not quite straight, but we'll make it as straight as we can, so yeah, if you just pretend that's entirely straight, that'll be good. But that kind of fits there. So now we're bakery. That's not going to fit that wee area. That's a bit annoying. What about up here? Oh man, it's that's annoying. So it fits in here. I might just stick it in here, and this could be like the you know, this is the end of the sort of row of shops, and we're moving into our sort of more rural countryside area, and the bakery's like right on the edge of that. So I might just, we can stick a path in. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that, and we might have a wee row of offices or something there. I don't know if that really suits right next to the, you know, the massive greenhouses. We might move it down here somewhere. So I'm going to scale back our flour mills. I don't think we need 3, and they're a wee bit polluting right next to each other. So for now we're just going to see if one works, and then maybe down the line we can revisit it. But for now, yeah. Just going to have it in the end there. Let's get rid of some of these trees here. So I'm just a wee quick time lapse while I'm tinkering here. I was obviously tinkering with always trying to figure out how I want, you know, my regular grid to intersect with like the farming grid. And obviously I'm just moving the assets over, because I don't think they really suit being close to like an industrial area. They kind of suit being more of a rural area. So this sort of triangle segment, separating them, I might just keep blank, and that way there's a sort of clear division between, you know, a rural farming area and a sort of more industrialised area. The zoned industry isn't going to be there, so I think we're going to do like a small office part, maybe a wee bit of residential in there. So I don't think it's going to be a big difference, you know, it's not as if it's going to be heavy industrial area, but I still want to keep the farming sort of relatively rural looking. And I don't really like the look of these silos, so I say I plonk it down sometimes and I just get rid of it, and I think the barns kind of suit this farm. It suits this farm a lot better. Get some sheep and Highland cows, and yeah, as I say, I like to tinker with the road. You've probably noticed already in this episode. I do go over the top sometimes with my placement of the roads. I like to get them particular, and I think this is a good way to sort of connect it to the rest of the grid. As I say, there's a lot of bare land around this farm, but I kind of like that. I kind of like like it's reserved for, it's owned by the farm, but there's, you know, they get subsidised to not farm it. That happens in the UK sometimes. So like so where we put where this triangle segment. It might be a good place to put like a radio mast or something. So I basically just want to have a road going through this sort of weird segment, whatever shape you want to call this. I also want to use quite a few of the, each asset, as I've said before at the start of the series, that I kind of want to use at least every asset, at least once. I mean, some don't make sense, obviously, you don't need one of every power asset, that'd be ridiculous, but in terms of like the farming and stuff, I would like to use each type of asset, at least once. And for here, like, I think this is a good place to put a radio mast, just have a blank bit of land. And I don't know about how the power's going to jump from here, but it's something we can figure out another day, but it doesn't really, it's that weird angle. Yeah, as I say, I'll probably tinker with this in the future, but for now I just kind of want to plonk it down, see how it looks, and then we might stick some trees around this sort of segment. We'll see when the time comes. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue my row of trees. So we've got a clear, defined area of where the farm is. And I think we'll bring it all the way up into the road here. I quite like this this chestnut tree. I think I'll use it a wee bit more often. It's not something I've ever used in a build before. But yeah, I think that's a wee bit too close, that one. Bonk. And one last row along here. Get rid of this big one. Yeah, I think that's us. See, we might bung some bigger trees at the back here. Let's see, it's not that big. It's obviously a lot bigger. What about this one? Jesus! Yeah, I don't want to overdo it with the tall trees at the back here. So I don't like the colour of that. It doesn't really, or that one, to be honest. See what about the oak ones? Yeah, let's put a couple of oaks in. Nothing too major, as I say. I don't want to. And there we go. I'll need to find a way to jump this power, but for now we'll just do the lazy way. Just de-zone the non-farmy bit. There's still a wee bit of unused, good land there. I don't know if we're going to use it, to be honest. Yeah, I quite like the way this has turned out. There's still a wee bit of unknown things about this land here. I don't know what I'm going to do with, to be honest. Might stick a couple of offices in here, maybe. But yeah, have we unlocked? Yeah, we have unlocked offices. Okay. Let's stick some offices in. Oh, we can high rise ban 10,000. I don't want to stick the offices in case they get too big, because obviously right next to a farm it doesn't make any sense for them to have big offices. What else can we do? Is there anything else? Oh, doesn't fit. Honestly, I think this could be a fine place to put it. It's an office, it's not too high. In terms of traffic, I don't know, it's fine for me to put it here, I think. I'm just going to stick some trees in the back here. I think we'll go with my new favourite tree, the horse chestnut. I think we'll go with that. Stick a couple of trees at the back here. Yeah, that should jump the power. Did I jump? Yeah, that jumped the power. As I say, this land here, I don't know if I'm going to do anything with, to be honest. I might just leave it blank. We'll see. We'll revisit it at some point. Let's just check what water pipes are okay. They're a wee bit messed up because we've changed some things, so we'll fix that in and out. So in terms of traffic, this might actually increase it quite a bit in this area, so we kind of need to finish a connection over here somewhere to the highway, so it's not going, it's all not just going over in this, couple of wee streets here. You can already see it's kind of getting to an unmanageable level here over here. So I might just dezone some more of this industrial, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just going to dezone some more industrial. And, if it might have a bad effect on our population and stuff if we don't have enough workers. But we'll see how it goes. This should, the workers for over here should jump through the roof. So yeah, let's have a quick gander at our, because obviously we rezoned this earlier on. Wow, that looks quite nice, the European suburbia over here. Yeah, that looks quite nice. I think I'm going to dezone this row shops as well. Yeah, while I'm in the zoning mood, this whole area is going to be European suburbia. We'll tidy this up. And by tidy up, I mean mess it up, that's... Oh, what am I doing? I'm just making a mess now. Yeah. Well, this whole area, I mean, obviously we've not got a proper name for it yet, but going to have this whole area is going to be European suburbia, and I may as well zone this other area, our main area that we started from. Get all this zoned. Again, I've still not come up with a name for the city yet. I might think about it before releasing this episode, come up with an actual name. But for now, let's just zone it, and we can name it when we do have an actual name. So earlier on the episode, we built this high school here. I'm just going to plonk a couple of trees down. No, this is going to be a bit all over the place in this episode in terms of we've started with the farm, then moved to here, and then whatnot, but I just want to sort of tidy up a wee bit here. And I said earlier on as well, I want to have a row of shops or something in here, a couple of local shops, so we might do that. Yeah, let's do that here. Let's get rid of these couple of houses. And yeah, let's put a wee shop there. Wee row of shops there. And maybe one in the corner here. Yeah, let's corner here. There's a lot of big trees over here. Let's make some more over here as well. So I want to kind of mix up the size and shape of these. And just wee sprinkle wee local shops here or there. And I'm going to take this road back. I think we're going to turn this, well, we are going to turn this into a park, not in this episode, but again, I kind of want to make a wee row of shops over here as well. Let's delete these. I mean, I'm probably annoying quite a few people here right in this, but just want to have a row of shops. Say we're going to have some sort of park area here, and yeah. So before we go, let's just sim a wee bit. Might look at these shop areas that we get, and yeah, like that's a nice size. I don't want anything too big. Yep. These are perfect for what I'm looking for, is just wee shops, nothing too big. What about these four? These four as well, pretty good. Although I don't know if we need a garage right next to a garage. But I like the looks of that one. So let's delete that one, see what we get. What about over here? Over here is quite good as well, before they level up. Oh, that's fine. Whoa. Something's happened to our water. We've got zero water pumping capacity. Is that because of power? Oh yeah, it's because of power, that's not good. Yeah, just... It doesn't look great right now, these temporary power lines, but hopefully that'll fix it. Has it fixed it? No, because I'm an idiot. So that fixed it. Hey, there we go, okay. Wow, so that's making a bit of a loss. It's making a bit of loss, and this traffic is insane. Mind you, I don't know if that's just because we've plonked down some more storage. Obviously want to keep an eye on it. We don't want, you know, the traffic to be too unmanageable. Yeah, let's have a wee quick gander of our shops again before we go. Yeah, it looks quite good. Okay. Okay, I think we'll leave it here. So we expanded our grid. That's still sort of filling in. It's still sort of getting zoned. I'm liking the way this is taking shape. And obviously we finished off our farm area here. I quite like the look of this, to be honest. I mean, this sort of quadrant here is, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to keep it mostly blank, but I think I need some trees or something. I need something for the power to jump as well. But we can sort that in another episode. And then obviously we've dezoned this. So our population is kind of, I don't think it's really improved since the last episode, but we've got a nice farm now. And, in terms of residential, King Square, or what we will eventually call it, is mostly finished. I just want to maybe put in some parks here or there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and like and subscribe if you do, if you want to see where this city goes, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.